Welcome to this December 29th, 2025 YouTube live stream. Coming to you from the war room, straight from the underground. I'm your host, Justin Sane. Here at Freedom News now. We're live talking police officers fired. Live. It's all about breaking the Matrix today. Game over, Matrix. Let's OTVO. Welcome. We'll see what kind of numbers we can put up. See if we can get any people in here on these live streams. See if we can break through the Matrix, break through the heavy shadow banning. Wouldn't count on it. Try something here. So he's got backup units coming, backup units on the way. He called in for backup units, this trooper. We're here in Jackson, Michigan. Larry, welcome. Audits due. Closing out the year. Got to get those last audits out there. End of the year audits. So this trooper, he's got one person in torture cuffs. He's going through the pockets of the passenger. He's got backup on the way here in Jackson, Michigan. So guys, make sure you hit that like tab, hit that subscribe tab. Got my twin brother out here, Jason Sane, out here on the front lines on this cop watch. Got the Michigan State Police out here. harassing and collecting from this white Christian couple. They're not out arresting any illegals, any foreigners. They're out harassing and collecting from these white Christian couple that own property, own a vehicle. They want it. They want to confiscate it. That's the problem. These police officers, your heroes, they're not out there arresting any of the illegals, any of the foreigners, the H-1Bs, the green cards, the 150 million illegals in America. They're not out arresting them, but they got enough time to arrest, harass, and collect from every white Christian they see out there. Weaponize their Christian rule of law against them. They're not using them against the illegals, the foreigners. Out here on a cop watch for you, out here in Jackson, Michigan. Here comes JPD. Okay, so we got backup on scene. We're late to the Deli. Welcome. Thanks for joining us here on this December 29, 2025 YouTube live stream, talking police officer fire. We're talking some bone smashing. We're talking some look smashing, some bone smashing, some giga chads out there having their generational run. Clavicers having a generational party, but they're here now. State police cops here got one in torture cuffs. One, they just went through the pockets, searched her, the passenger. Got the driver in torture cuffs.
And then you have to back up a few steps for me, okay? You get closer and closer. Just back up for me, okay?
You got another cop here. You've got multiple guns. You're safe. I'm a safe distance from you. Got these cops here. Got this couple going through all their things. This white Christian couple harassing and collecting from them. Taking what they got so they can give it to the illegals, the foreigners. Found some easy targets, an older white Christian couple. This is what these police officers do. They're not out there arresting any illegals. They're not out there arresting any foreigners. They focus all their efforts on arresting the American citizen. Yeah, clavicular. Clavicular's on a generational run right now. He's young. He's a young live streamer out there, new live streamer. There's some good new young live streamers out there, YouTubers out there, First Amendment auditors. How about Nick Shirley going hyper viral all over X and YouTube? First Amendment auditor, independent journalist Nick Shirley exposing all the Minnesota fraud. That's just the tip of the iceberg. What do you guys think? You think anything will happen? I doubt there'll be any arrests. There might be some low-level arrests of some Somalis, but they're not going to arrest anybody. It took a YouTuber, a First Amendment auditor, to force the FBI to finally go into Minnesota and finally do something. All the weapons you got on you, all the militarized gear you got, and you're afraid of a little camera, a little GoPro camera. We're just here for Joko Cop Watch. Welcome. Thanks for joining us here. Appreciate you. Transparency and accountability. That's all you have to fear.
This is what the world's most advanced PC looks like.
Had a
So we
ran
got
a
multiple guns on scene.
StreamYard live
These
stream in
cops
a
here
while. They
more
made some difference.
weaponized
Every time
than
you
they've
come on
ever
here, they
been,
make
more
differences.
militarized.
You
You see these,
changes
he's got his pants jack booted up,
to their
tucked in his
format,
pants.
so you got to go through and find where
Militarized. I'm
everything's at
guessing this is a
and the layout.
ex-military right here. I guarantee this is ex-military cop.
Got some audits due. Larry's got some audits due.
He's gonna search this vehicle now, going through the entire vehicle.
Get them out. Get those audits out. Now's a good time to, Christmas time's a good time to audit the post office.
These cops in Jackson, Michigan are weaponized. They're militarized like you wouldn't believe. Here comes another one, another JPD.
Yeah, I don't know how they get away with it. How, you know, the Minnesota fraud thing where they're going around all these child care centers, filming inside all these child care centers. That's kind of shady, I think. I like how they're exposing all this fraud in Minnesota, but going around all these child care centers where there's no children, trying to film them. It's like, you know, if any First Amendment auditor on here, any one of our groups going around filming child daycare centers, they're going to get attacked by everyone all over social media as being a, you know what. But here this Nick Shirley goes there and, oh, it's okay if he goes into all these child daycare centers filming with his security guards that are probably armed. I'm sure they're armed going into these child daycare centers with his armed security. You know, First Amendment auditors, if we go in armed, they freak out. You're only allowed your First Amendment. You're not allowed your First Amendment and your Second Amendment. The whole big lie that your Second Amendment's there to protect your First Amendment. That seems to be a pretty big lie. As soon as you use your First Amendment in Michigan, the police weaponize a disorderly conduct law or obstructing justice law, automatic 2 years loss of your Second Amendment rights, your right to carry concealed, your CPL license in Michigan. That's the first thing police do when they run your name. They run your name, check to see if you got a concealed pistol license, a CPL in Michigan. If you do, they hit you up with a disorderly conduct, automatic 3 years loss of your CPL, automatic 3 years loss of your Second Amendment rights in Michigan. Yeah, you're not allowed your First Amendment rights and Second Amendment rights in Michigan. Unless you're an illegal and you get free for all. It's a free for all if you're an illegal, if you're from Iraq, if you're from Somalia, if you're a dual citizen from Tel Aviv, Israel, from the most dangerous parts of the world. Yeah, it's a free for all in Michigan. Splinter, welcome. Oh, you hate cops, huh? Well, if they were out there doing their job and arresting illegals and not focusing all their effort on arresting the American citizen, but they're not doing that. Part of the reason we're in this predicament. You know, we got to cut all this welfare fraud around America. Welfare fraud's killing America. You know, you go to work and slave your life away every day to pay 30 years worth of taxes or more to what one Somalia from Minnesota can steal it all away in 1 year. 30 years of paying taxes for one Iraqi to steal it all through welfare fraud. It's not just Minnesota. Think how big it is in California and New York City. Philadelphia. Yeah, a lot of fraud in the pump and dump schemes with crypto. You got a lot of the people doing the pump and dump schemes. Look what basically that's what Vivek Ramaswamy did with his business, pump and dump, and his pharmaceutical company, his Alzheimer company drug he bought, and then it failed on all the trials, like 3 trials. He was the only one that made out millions on it. Everyone else lost money. Vivek Ramaswamy, he's trying to be the next governor of Ohio, a foreigner, an anchor baby. Never. Just say never, all you Ohio voters. You want an Indian in office for your governor? He wants to turn all of Ohio into Pajeetville. Turn all of Ohio into New Delhi, India. Mumbai, India. He wants to try to tell all of us white Christians, all of us Americans, how we're supposed to live our life, what it means to be an American. Some anchor baby from India, Vivek Ramaswamy. That's Ohio's choice. They got a choice between a Jewish woman and an Indian. Dang, Ohio's finished. Your governor choices between an Indian anchor baby and a Jewish lady, a toxic feminist Jewish woman. Toxic feminisms, that's right up there with multiculturalism, mass migration, right up there with all those destroying America, toxic feminism. Look at how many, I'm right there with you. I've seen how many millions of men lost their jobs due to toxic feminism, DEI, affirmative action. It's been going on for decades. Splinter says people need to get involved with their local. Yeah, it's good to start out in your local areas, get involved there first and make changes in your local area. But I gave up on that a long time ago. I gave up on the local work a long time ago. Nothing really happens anywhere. It's all so corrupt, so much fraud, local, state, county, federal. I've decided to change back to thinking the way I used to be more so. Focus on yourself, focus on building yourself up, your own career, your own wealth. Especially the younger generation out there. Don't waste any time on women, on all those toxic feminist women. They've been ran through 100 guys by the time they're 18 years old. You got to be one of the just the first. If you're not one of the just the first, hashtag just the first, you got to be just the first with these women nowadays, because if you're not, you don't build that bond, that connection with them like you do when you're just the first. And women, like I said, they've been through hundreds of men, especially with Instagram, OnlyFans, social media. They got rich millionaire men, can meet up with them on Instagram, fly them across the country. People like Shaquille O'Neal or Shannon Sharp, or these rich black men flying these white women all around the country. That's not easy to compete with for regular men like myself and YouTubers and just an ordinary man. How do we compete with these millionaire NBA basketball players? Well, eventually their money runs out, but then there's a new crop. Eventually they blow through all their money, end up bankrupt, and all the white women are gone. All the mud sharks are gone. All the coal burners are gone. They're just as bad. They're oftentimes worse. I've had my share of experiences with mud sharks and coal burners. Those white women that mud sharking it, they're some of the worst that you'll ever find out there. That's part of the reason why I say all you younger men, focus on building your career up, your wealth, your physical abilities, build up your strength, improve on your looks maxing. Do your looks maxing. Maximize your looks. You can change your looks a lot easier than build your wealth or build your social status. That'll come when you change your looks. There's a lot of ways you can change your looks by looks maxing. Start taking supplements, start taking test boosters, take it a step further. Get your prescription tests. Become one of them giga chads. Become a giga chad. Instead of being all gay like society back when we were younger. Nowadays all these men are wanting to take estrogen and become women and be all gay. But back when I was younger, all the giga chads like myself wanted to take the test boosters and the test to get stronger and be a alpha male. Sleep with all the women. You get all the women you want. Be a giga chad. That's what we were in our younger days, all you younger men. We were pumping that testosterone, that test. We couldn't get enough test. Nowadays, all the men, they want to drink all their soy and pump all their estrogen levels up and be all gay. That's got to change, man. Got to change that. Oh, Flagstaff just canceled their flock contract, Splinter. That's a good. Where I'm at, we've had flock cameras for over 5 years now in our whole area. We've got over 100 flock cameras everywhere. They just happen to put one right by the end of my road. Yeah, you can't go anywhere around where I live in Michigan. There's flock cameras in every city, every small town, even out in the country. Used to be able to go out on country roads for a Sunday drive. Not anymore. They even got those flock Israeli Jew spy cameras out there. Yeah, they got those Jew flock cameras out there as well, spying on your every move, keeping you in the system. That's why I say mask up when you go out. You got to try to beat that Palantir AI facial recognition softwares and all these cameras all around and the flock cameras. Even when you mask up, you can't even beat AI oftentimes. AI's gotten so big, they're tracking your every move. All of us alpha males like myself, all of us giga chads, like clavicular's on a generational run right now. He's young streamer, live streamer out there. He's out there mogging people. That's what I'll be out there when I'm out on my audits. I'm out there mogging all these Karens and Darrens, mogging all these trolls, towering over them, just mogging them. They can't stand it. They can't take it. They're all go crying to their little wifeys. Go back home crying to their wifeys. These cuckolds and cuckolds and wife jags. They got to ask their wifey before they can even go out and try to stream snipe me. Oh, wifey, can you go out? Can we go out and stream snipe this alpha giga Chad? Freedom News Now. Make sure you get them audits in, Larry. Got to get them audits in. JT, welcome. The 5-star general is back here on the mountaintop from far from the front lines, looking down beyond yonder to all the newest giga chads out there. Talking about how Christ is king. Talking about no more foreign wars, end the foreign wars, no more dual citizenship. In order to hold public office in America, you got to be a Christian. No more dual citizens in public office. No more foreign nationals in public office. No more foreign nationals as police officers, as judges, as cops. Weaponized against you, the American citizen. I've been saying it for a long time. You better go read the Turner Diaries if you haven't read that yet. We're living it. Weaponizing all these foreign nationals against the American citizen. All these big giant Somalis, all these big giant real Africans from the Congo, weaponizing them and turning them into police officers, to law enforcement officers, weaponizing them against you, the American citizen, sending them to your home to kick your doors down over a Facebook post, sending them to your house to kick your doors down over a YouTube video. Yeah, it's right here in America. It's here in Michigan. I've been a victim of that. I've fallen victim to that, to the corrupt system. Sending their foreign national police officers, their giant real African Somalis and from the Congo, sending them to my house to arrest me over a Facebook post. Talk about traitors to America. Yeah, so that's good to see. What else we got out there? Oh, you guys see the one YouTuber got arrested in Brazil, Floyd. He got picked up. He was going viral for getting picked up on some pretty bad charges. I don't know what to believe. I mean, I don't believe those cops out there. I don't believe the government in Brazil. I almost think that he may have got set up because he's black and he's in a foreign country. You think America's criminal justice system is corrupt? Go to Brazil and see how corrupt they are. They're probably 100 times worse than America's justice system. So all those people out there that are slamming on Floyd right away, well, look at how many times Floyd got arrested in America for not doing anything but being black and scratching his back in front of the cops. So people are trying to twist it and turn it however they want, but I'm not falling for it. I'm not supporting him in any way as far as that goes, but I'm not buying it. I'm not believing it. I believe that about as much as I believe Tyler Robinson was the one that took out Charlie Kirk. I don't believe that either. I think that's a big lie. Anyone's going to start believing the FB lie all of a sudden now? Jason, welcome. Thanks for getting that new membership, Splinter. My memberships have went down. If you're thinking about picking up a new membership, we'll start doing some more live streams. We'll start live streaming again. I kind of got to where I was going to focus more on my physical health. I've been working out, been exercising, got to get in shape. It's going to be a big year, 2026. We want to get out there on the front lines. Got to get in shape, get yourself in shape, get yourself strong. Are you younger generation? Appreciate it. Erica Kirk, yeah, she's a lot of people are highly suspicious of Erica Kirk and she was in all those like dating reality shows and partying and drinking on these dating reality shows. And she goes on saying she never dated or drank before. She was dating one of the Charlie Kirk's good buddies, and right before can't remember what his name was right off the bat, but then she left him for Charlie Kirk allegedly. It's like she's gonna date Charlie Kirk, that doofy looking guy, unless he's got $100 million. And all of a sudden she marries him. Oh, he's worth $400 million. Now all of a sudden she wants to marry him, and a lot of people aren't buying the whole fake kids. His fake kids. It's like those aren't they're real kids. Those are all stage props, just like the Obama's kids. What many people think. Yeah, get out there like those First Amendment auditors, like Nick Shirley getting out there with his camera exposing the massive fraud, the Somali fraud in Minnesota. Did all that with a camera. First Amendment auditor Nick Shirley. Talk about a hero. Where's all the mainstream media corporations? They didn't, all the millions of dollars they got funding them. Not one single second of coverage. They're not doing it. The real journalists breaking the big stories in today's world, the First Amendment auditors, independent journalists like Nick Shirley. Keep up the good work out there. Got a Battle Creek police officer fired for pointing his gun at a fellow police officer. Breaking news. An off-duty Battle Creek police officer was fired for pointing a gun at another police officer. Police officer was placed on administrative leave, paid leave at first. Did more investigations. Eventually, he was fired, according to the Battle Creek Police Chief Shannon Bagley. Don't tell me that's a woman. They got a DEI hired police chief, Shannon. Battle Creek, no wonder why they've fallen so far. DEI, toxic feminism, foreign nationals, it's all killing America. It's destroying America. You know, we'd almost be better off fully implementing Sharia law in America. Then we could get control of this toxic feminism. You know, Christianity, all these Christian men, all these beta cuckolds out there, these soy boys, they let all their women run roughshod all over them, all their toxic feminist women, hopped up on all their Monster Energy drinks and soy lattes, kicking their estrogen levels through the roof, making them into bloody, crazed bimbos out there, Karens, insane Karens. You start implementing Sharia law, you won't have all those Karens out there getting in your face. You won't have all those Karen videos. Sharia law put them right in their place. We'll straighten them out real quick with Sharia law. All these toxic feminists that want to get all bossy up on all these men, try to boss these men around, tell them what they can and can't do. They'll get put in check real quick under Sharia law. It might just be time to bring back, fully implement Sharia law. In Michigan, it is probably about 50 Sharia law, Christianity, Christian rule of law. And then you've got the Jew rule of law from their Talmud. They hold their Jewish standards different. Like there's a lot of Jew judges in Michigan, a lot of foreign national, a lot of Mohammeds, a lot of Finkelsteins. Me mom, she died in the holly. You guys see that where that freaking Finkelstein, me mom, she died in the holly. He was getting drug all over social media for that comment. He was like born in the late 60s or something, but he's saying his mom, she died in the holly. Farmer, welcome. I don't think I've ever done a audit at a DMV place. That's one place I've never went to. So if you're talking shit saying I went to one of those places, you can go F yourself because I never did. You're just another piece of shit, Karen. Probably cucking up to your wife or your gay boyfriend. Does your boyfriend know you're on here? Sandwich. Welcome. All right. All right. Thanks, Splinter. Appreciate you. I've been thinking about going into some DMVs, but they run you out pretty quick. They've got cameras all over those DMVs. They got cameras all over the DMVs, but yeah, I'm not going to audit any of those places though. That's not my thing. But I think people should go in and audit them, go and record them. Press your First Amendment rights in there. Because you got the tyrant cops, they're in there, they're heavy. You know, they're not in there at the DMV looking for any of the foreigners that are getting all their CDLs, all their illegal CDLs. They're in there arresting the American citizen, the white Christian, for recording in public in a DMV. You know, it's backwards. Society's ass backwards when you got all these police officers, these traitor cops arresting white Christian men for exercising their First Amendment rights in a DMV, exposing all the foreign nationals getting illegal driver's licenses, illegal CDLs. You know, like the City of Jackson Police Department, they want to go harass and collect and threaten to arrest white Christian men in DMVs. Got to get them out, get them and their camera out so all their foreign nationals from India, from Mumbai, India, from Delhi, India can get all their illegal CDLs. Continue destroying America. Those are your heroes. Those are your police officers. You know, your police officers and your military, they're not your grandfather's police and military. They're all foreign nationals. They're dual citizens, Israelis, Jews, Finkelsteins, Mud Slimes, Officer Islams, Officer Mohammeds, Officer Steinberg, Officer Sharif, straight from India, Officer Abdullah, Officer Islamabad from Pakistan. Those are your new police officers. Those are your new military. What else do you want to talk about? You know what? Something else I'd like to see them cut? You know, all these welfare programs they need to get rid of in America. I think one of the biggest welfare programs that needs to be eliminated in America is the veterans, the VA. I mean, that's the biggest scam you can ever have. These veterans, they get lifetime benefits for the rest of their lives. They go and sit at a desk for 4 years and push a pencil behind some desk in the chair force in the military. They get paid benefits for the rest of their life. Talk about a total scam. We need to end all these military benefits, every single dime. Why should they get paid for the rest of their lives? Welfare checks, free healthcare, welfare checks for the rest of their life because they pushed a pencil behind a desk for 4 years. Now, I can see maybe a few of them that there might be 10,000 out of the how many millions in the military? What, 3 million in the military, and maybe 10,000 of them might have seen active roles in combat. Maybe give them some benefits, a certain amount of benefits, but not the other millions and millions of foreign nationals, dual citizens. We need to cut all this welfare to the military. Most of them didn't fight for any freedom. What kind of freedom did they fight for? Protecting poppy fields in Afghanistan? Burning down a bunch of villages in Vietnam, a bunch of innocent men, women. How is that protecting my freedom? That's not. First Amendment auditors have done a lot more for your freedom than the military 10,000 miles away on some foreign soil. Now there are some. There's a handful, maybe about 10,000 that have done some of those, you might be able to consider them soldiers, combat soldiers, but that's very few are actual combat soldiers, maybe 10,000 at most out of the millions. Most of them are pencil pushers, fueling up gas trucks, garbage truck drivers in the military. Oh, we're going to pay them for the rest of their lives because they drove a garbage truck in the military. They get welfare from the VA, military welfare. They got PTSD. They're completely nuts from driving a garbage truck around in the military. I mean, that's just as bad as all this Somali fraud, in my opinion. All the massive fraud in the VA and the military industrial complex. Yeah, we gotta eliminate all that fraud in the military and the VA. Yeah, you got a lot of these military. They get benefits for the rest of their life because they work the burn pits. They were standing over there burning up everything you could think, polluting the entire atmosphere, burning everything and anything in those burn pits, and now they get paid the rest of their life, get welfare checks for the rest of their life. There's some YouTubers out there that are ex-military that all their videos is stealing content from everyone else, body cam videos, First Amendment auditor videos. They're getting free welfare money for the rest of their life because they work the burn pits. I'm not going to name any names. This is my job. I get paid for doing this. If you don't like it, go find a better job. If you're stuck on your 9 to 5, you got to slave your life away to pay all those taxes to fund all that fraud for all those foreign nationals, all those Somalians. That's on you. I made my money. I continue to make my money doing it the right way. It's a new way of making money. This is the way to make money now, not slaving your life away as some shop rat in a shop, some grease monkey. Only people that don't like YouTubers making money are the people that aren't smart enough to know how to make money on YouTube. They want to slave their life away at a 9 to 5 job, pay all their taxes to the government. There's a better way. Don't fall for it. There's a better way to build your future. America now is like a lottery system. You got to win the lottery. That's the only way you're going to get there and make money. You're not going to do it on a 9 to 5. You're not going to do it working at any regular job. The only way you're going to make it in America is winning the lottery one way or another. You need to change your appearance. You need to change your career. You need to take those big jumps, those big chances. You need to invest in crypto. You need to boycott all toxic feminist women. Women are just they're going to drain you. They're going to take everything you got. They're going to leave you high and dry. And you younger men out there, don't fall for it. All those toxic, unless, hashtag just be first. Unless you're that first guy that they've been with, you got to be hashtag just be first, because otherwise you're number 100. With all these OnlyFans whores all over, Instagram whores all over. Don't fall for it. That's right, JT, working at Kroger, taking your orders from your boss, Mohammed. That's what the Lowe's is now. The Lowe's in Michigan that I was going to, they're hiring all black supervisors. Then when you get a delivery for your appliance to install, they send in these blacks. Got a freaking a long list of criminal offenses, 70 crimes. These radical activist judges let them out so many times. They're coming in your home to hook in your dishwasher, your appliance. It's all about that DEI sending all these Then they got a whole map of your inside of your house. You invited them in to install your appliance. Lowe's is doing it. Lowe's has their DEI hired. One had 70 criminal offenses and was half retarded. The other one was fully retarded and a cripple. They were both black, with dozens of crimes on their jacket. It's like, oh yeah, I really want them in my house, Lowe's, installing my dishwasher. I'll never order from them ever again. I'll never order from Lowe's ever again. They're going to send a bunch of black guys over to my house to install my... Why? So they can come back and rob my house later? Fuck that. Fuck you, Lowe's. You lost my business. Got all your foreign nationals, real Africans working there. All your Supervisor Mohammed, Supervisor Abdullah, Supervisor Sharif. Fuck you, Lowe's. You lost my business. I used to like Lowe's too, but not after they sent 2 real Africans to my house to install I should have turned around and sent them, said, get the hell, you ain't coming in my house. And they did. Of course, they did a piss poor job. I let them do it. I should have said, fuck you. You're not coming in my house. I'm not letting no blacks in my house to case my house out so they can come back and rob it later. That's the world we're living in now.
Unbelievable. There's a lot of cops in Jackson, Michigan. They weaponize them against we the people. So, so take her off camera, I guess. We're gonna take her off camera to pat her down. She got patted down twice. Got patted down by the trooper. Got patted down a little further. Got the crease check. Got a little deeper search from the woman on woman.
We can't skip past this. This is an all-new Dodge Charger Hellcat Red Eye wide body. It's the last car.
Okay, so he's going through her purse now. We all know how cops have a fetish for women's purses. They love going through women's purses like you wouldn't believe. So business shut right down here. We're at this, it's a corner store, party store here, and business is shut right down. There hasn't been a car come in for business since these cops showed up. Completely shut down their business here. This takeout store. We're here in Jackson, Michigan. So we'll see if we can get these guys, this guy out of torture cuffs. A lot of times when I show up, they let them out of torture cuffs and they get set free. We'll see if they can be so lucky today. So far he's still searching, hasn't found nothing. He's just ripping this car apart, guys, ripping it apart. This car is going to be completely trashed when this militarized state trooper's done with it. Then he'll say, okay, go ahead, go on your way, you're free to go. You didn't find nothing. The guns, the 3 hired guns will stand down, watch. They'll stand down, they'll go back to their vehicles. Unbelievable. Jackson, Michigan, guys, the city of Jackson, Michigan. Crime is so low right now. Crime has never been so low, and they're literally creating crimes here in Jackson, Michigan, guys, because crime is so low. The jails are empty right now. They need to keep them full. It's a big money-making scam. So this trooper here needed 2 extra backup, 2 extra hired guns for 2, look to be seniors. They're both probably in their late 50s or 60s, and he needed 3 cops here and 3 guns for 2 seniors and 1 camera. You know, crime is so low right now in Jackson, Michigan. Lowest point in history. It's never been so low. These cops are literally inventing crimes, creating crimes, so they can keep their jails full. These jails are empty right now. They need to fill them up. Keep that revenue coming in, keep that money flowing for the state. Hey guys, it's Freedom News Now. Make sure you hit that like tab, hit that subscribe tab.
That's what they like to do, JT. They got this white couple here. These state troopers are harassing and collecting from this white Christian couple, taking what they got so they can give it to these foreign illegals, foreign nationals from Iraq, from Venezuela. Poor couple is just sitting there minding their own business, and the state trooper just had to come up and harass and collect. They see two white people there, white Christians with personal property, private property that they own, they can confiscate, profit off of it, sell it in the auction. That truck got confiscated, got sold in the auction. More money for the state police. That's how they do it. They're not out there taking any vehicles from illegals, from foreigners. These traitors from the Michigan State Police, they focus all their efforts on arresting the American citizen. They don't arrest the invaders. They don't arrest all the foreign invaders that invaded our country by the millions, that Ivory loves so much. He's probably one of them. If you are, you gotta go now. You can't assimilate. You gotta go. Apex, welcome. What a great time to be alive. 2026 should be good. Should be big. We'll be speaking out against Vivek Ramaswamy and the anchor baby in Ohio, trying to tell all of us white Christians how to be American, telling all of us Americans what it's like to be an American. Some Indian anchor baby made all his money off of a pump and dump scam, fraud scheme, in my opinion. He's no different than all those Somalians in Minnesota, in Michigan, in Ohio, in Texas, robbing the country blind, robbing the American citizen blind. But don't you worry, these Michigan State Police troopers, they're going to go arrest these old white Christian couple and steal their car for peacefully sitting in a parking lot minding their own business. Don't you worry, the state police is right on it. They're going to drive right by all the 20 Somalians standing around outside the mosque on the corner, and they're going to go and harass and collect. They're going to arrest these two white Christian older couple. Don't you worry, your heroes will be right there. Your heroes, the Michigan State Police, they'll be right there to arrest you white Christians. I think we covered much of what we were looking to cover today. We're going to wrap this video up here at Freedom News Now. I'm out.